The Awakening, Your Forbidden Invitation. Hook. You've been told that to be rich, you need to work harder, save more, and get lucky. That is the greatest, most devastating lie of the modern era. Stop right now. Look at your life. Are you still running the endless, exhausting race? Do you secretly feel that no matter how hard you push, there's an invisible ceiling holding you back? I'm here to tell you that ceiling is real. But it's not an external barrier, it's an internal wound, an energetic chain forged by your own past. And until you heal it, you will never truly be free, nor truly wealthy. Preview. Over the next 100 minutes, we are not going to talk about spreadsheets. We are going to perform radical inner surgery. You will be given the forbidden 7-step code, the ancient alchemy process, to locate the energetic source of your scarcity, sever the ties to your inherited poverty, and download the precise millionaire operating system that will make abundance your absolute default setting. By the time this journey is over, you will not just know how to make money, you will have become a vibrational match for limitless prosperity. This is not for the timid. This is for the soul ready to break the spell. For centuries, the true art of attracting wealth was not taught in universities. It was guarded in secret societies and ancient temples. They understood that all lack, all debt, all financial struggle, all the bad luck is simply the manifestation of unhealed energetic trauma. You are not poor because of the market. You are poor because your energy is wounded. Think of it. What if the key to your first million wasn't in a stock ticker, but in forgiving a decades-old wound? What if your debt vanishes the moment you cleanse a specific financial fear? We are opening the book that they never wanted you to find. This is the Alchemist's Financial Code, and it holds the definitive plan to rewrite your destiny. Before we begin, a simple but profound transaction is required. The universal law of reciprocity demands that you give to receive. If this knowledge resonates, if the promise of this radical transformation calls to your soul, then you are ready. Stop running. Take a deep breath. Acknowledge this moment. Like this content right now, subscribe to this channel, and by doing so, you are making an energetic contract with the universe that you are ready to receive the extraordinary wealth that is about to flood into your life. You are not just clicking a button, you are signaling your true, unyielding intent. Are you ready to stop chasing money and finally become a magnet for it? If the answer is anything less than a roaring yes, then put this down now. But if you feel the deep, uncompromising pull, if you're tired of the lies and ready for the forbidden truth, then step through this portal with me. The age of financial struggle ends now. Chapter 1. The Poverty Virus, Unmasking Your Financial Karma. The first, most critical truth you must accept is that poverty is not a lack of money. It is a virus. It is an energetic infection, a thought form passed down through generations, and it lives not in your bank account, but deep in the cellular memory of your subconscious. Until you identify this parasitic code and ruthlessly remove it, any money you gain will be temporary. It will always leak away. This is why lottery winners go broke and successful entrepreneurs suddenly crash, because the external structure crumbled because the internal foundation was corrupted by the poverty virus. How do you know if you are infected? It manifests in 3 insidious ways: the scarcity echo, the unworthiness barrier, and the sabotage loop. The scarcity echo is that constant, low-grade fear that whispers, "It won't last, there's not enough, you can't afford it." It is the anxiety that hits the moment a large payment is due. This echo is a vibration inherited from your ancestors, from the lean times, the Great Depressions, and the silent struggles of your family line. You are running their trauma. Every time you consciously feel fear about money, you are not reacting to the present. You are echoing the past. The first step of the Alchemist's Code is to separate your reality from their history. You must declare, physically and vibrationally, their poverty is not my destiny. This is more than a mantra. It's an energetic severance. Now pause and ask yourself, What is the earliest, most powerful memory you have of money scarcity? Was it a fight? Was it a specific denial? Was it a parent's worried face? That memory is not just a story. It's a tiny, powerful program running in the background of your mind, constantly dictating your financial decisions. It tells you to hoard, to panic, or to spend wildly as a form of rebellion. That memory is an anchor, and it must be pulled up. We will use the silver forgiveness ritual later, but first you must see the extent of the infection. Microhook. Many believe this is just being responsible. I will reveal the one secret phrase that separates responsible thinking from poverty programming. Stick with me. The second manifestation is the unworthiness barrier. This is far more subtle and devastating. It's the voice that tells you you are not good enough for that kind of money. It sabotages your prices, makes you fear true success, and ensures you stay financially small enough to feel safe or humble. Think of the times you downplayed your achievements, or when you had the perfect business idea but never launched it. That's the barrier. This energetic block is rooted in deep-seated beliefs that wealth is evil, that rich people are bad, or that spiritual people must be poor. This is a core lie. The universe is infinite abundance. Believing you are unworthy of it is an affront to creation itself. The alchemist knows that wealth is simply energy, and the more energy you command, the more good you can do. The barrier is the lie that you must be broken to be worthy of love. We must shatter this illusion entirely. The sabotage loop, the third virus symptom, is the most frustrating. It's when you finally make a breakthrough, a promotion, a big client, a successful launch, only to instantly lose the money through a sudden, unexpected expense, a bad investment, or an impulsive purchase. This is your subconscious, stuck in its comfort zone of struggle, fighting to drag you back down to what feels normal. It is a self-inflicted wound, and it is entirely automatic. The loop operates under a twisted sense of safety. Struggle is painful, but at least it is familiar. True, radical, unpredictable wealth is terrifying to the wounded subconscious. It's the constant cycling of debt, then repayment, then new debt. You are not bad with money. You are stuck in a loop. To escape this loop, we must understand the fundamental truth. You cannot manifest $1 million with a subconscious mind that believes it only deserves $10,000. The energy must match the desired outcome. The alchemist's code is not about getting money. It's about becoming the frequency of wealth so powerfully that the external world must rearrange itself to match your internal state. It is the work of an inner shaman, cleansing the debris of the past to make room for the golden future. You are about to become the healer of your own financial fate. Microhook. Your most expensive purchase was probably an attempt to heal a childhood wound. The next section reveals the shocking truth about emotional spending and how to stop it forever. This level of cleansing is demanding, but the reward is total financial liberation. We are moving beyond mere motivation. We are activating a spiritual technology. You are here not by chance, but because the code is ready to be revealed to you. Chapter 2. The 7 Seals of Scarcity. Activating the Golden Serpent Energy. The poverty virus is complex. It is guarded by 7 energetic seals, ancient blocks that prevent the flow of true prosperity. Think of your energy system as a magnificent temple. These seals are the locks on the vault where your boundless wealth is stored. To activate the alchemist's financial code, you must break each seal with surgical precision. This is where most self-help fails. It addresses the symptoms, bad budgeting, instead of the deep, underlying, energetic cause. The ancient mystics knew that wealth is governed by a powerful, serpentine energy that rises from your base, known as the golden serpent. When this energy is blocked, you experience financial freezing and stagnation. When unlocked, it becomes a literal magnet for resources, opportunities, and revolutionary ideas. The goal of this chapter is to teach you the specific healing frequency required to shatter each of the 7 seals. Seal 1. The Debt of Ancestors. The Root Chakra Block. This seal manifests as inherited financial failure. It is the unconscious agreement that because your parents or grandparents struggled, you must also struggle. You feel it as an inescapable weight, a kind of financial karma. To break the seal, you must perform the ceremony of severance. This is a powerful internal visualization where you mentally draw a clean, bright line between your ancestors' financial reality and your own. Imagine a heavy, rusting chain running from your midsection down into the ground. This chain connects you to the historical poverty of your lineage. Now visualize a powerful emerald green light, the color of ultimate healing and unconditional abundance, glowing in your hands. This light becomes a massive, self-sharpening diamond blade. With an unshakable inner resolve, you cut that chain. It is a decisive, irreversible act of energetic liberation. You are not disrespecting their memory. You are honoring them by becoming the one who finally breaks the curse. Repeat this internal decree 3 times a day for 7 days. I am the financial liberator of my line. All past debts are dissolved in my present abundance. The energetic release will be immediate. Most people carry the shame of their first financial mistake, completely unaware it's draining their future. The next section reveals how one single act of genuine forgiveness can instantly reverse years of bad luck. Seal 2. The wound of unfairness. The sacral chakra block. This is the belief that life, the system, or the universe is fundamentally unfair to you. It breeds resentment towards those who have more. This seal blocks the golden serpent's creative energy, which is essential for innovation and opportunity. If you are constantly judging the rich, you are energetically pushing wealth away because you cannot attract what you despise. To shatter the seal, you must embrace radical acceptance. The universe is not fair or unfair. It is a mirror reflecting your dominant belief. If you believe it's rigged against you, it will be. If you believe you are a co-creator with unlimited potential, it will be. Radical acceptance means accepting where you are without surrendering to it. It means looking at your current financial situation, the debt, the low income, and saying, this is where I am, but not who I am. Then practice the blessing of the billionaire. Every time you see a luxury car, a beautiful home, or hear of someone's success, send them a blessing of even greater abundance. This simple act reverses the flow of envy and programs your mind to accept that abundance is normal and available to you. Seal 3. The fear of power. The solar plexus block. This seal is the fear of financial responsibility, the subconscious refusal to step into your full power. Money is power. To fear money is to fear your own ability to impact the world. This block manifests as chronic procrastination, indecision, and the inability to hold onto large sums of money. To dissolve this seal, you must cultivate unstoppable sovereignty. You must own your desires. Stop apologizing for wanting massive wealth. True alchemists understand that wealth is a tool for impact. Your fear is not that you will fail. Your deeper, more terrifying fear is that you will succeed and then be exposed, judged, or somehow corrupted. This is a myth. The ritual here is the declaration of worthiness. Write down 10 things you would do for the world once you have attained massive wealth, a foundation, a school, a life-changing product. Anchor your desire for money in a purpose greater than yourself. The golden serpent is drawn to noble, powerful intent. Did you know that your favorite motivational quote is probably the reason you are still broke? We will expose the 3 most destructive platitudes and replace them with the alchemist's true sayings. Seal 4. The closed heart, the heart chakra block. This seal prevents the flow of money because you have closed your heart to the idea of receiving. Money, like love, must be allowed to flow in and out. This block is often caused by past betrayals or losses, the bad business deal, the investment that failed, the loan that was never repaid. The fear of being hurt again stops the circulation of your financial energy. To break the seal, you must engage in total financial forgiveness. Forgive everyone who has ever owed you money, and more importantly, forgive yourself for every financial mistake you have ever made. Your past errors are not proof of your incompetence. They were merely lessons. Holding on to the anger and shame is like drinking poison and expecting your debtor to get sick. It only hurts your future. The healing frequency is pure, unconditional forgiveness. Find the most painful financial wound and repeat, I release the debt. I am free. They are free. My future is open. When you genuinely forgive, the energy tied up in that resentment instantly flows back into your present account. Seal 5. The silence of truth, the throat chakra block. This seal manifests as the inability to ask for what you are worth, to negotiate, or to speak your truth about money. It's the uncomfortable silence when you should be naming your price. This block keeps your income perpetually suppressed. To smash the seal, you must activate the voice of value. Your price is not determined by the market. It is determined by your self-worth. If you cannot clearly and confidently articulate your value, the world will pay you based on its minimum standard, not your maximum potential. The ritual here is the mirror negotiation. Practice out loud, speaking the highest price you can imagine asking for your service or product. Practice it until the number feels comfortable, even boring. The moment you can say that number without a flinch, your inner value system has shifted and the outside world will respond by paying it. Why do you still have that old broken item in your house? I'm about to reveal the energetic connection between clutter and a stagnant bank account. The link is terrifyingly direct. Seal 6. The blind eye of vision, the third eye block. This is the inability to see or believe in a future of radical wealth. If you cannot vividly imagine it, you cannot create it. The virus forces you to remain fixated on present-day problems, making your vision small and timid. To activate this seal, you must practice visionary alchemization. Wealth is created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. The alchemist does not hope for $1 million. They see it, feel it, and inhabit that reality right now. The ritual is to spend 30 minutes every day experiencing your future wealth. Drive to the neighborhood you want to live in. Sit in the lobby of the business you want to own. Read the details of your future bank statement. Immerse your physical senses in the desired reality. This sends an undeniable signal to the universe that you are not wishing, you are claiming. Seal 7. The separation, the crown chakra block. This is the final, most powerful seal, the belief that you are separate from the infinite source of all abundance. You believe you must earn money through struggle instead of attracting it from an endless reservoir. This seal keeps you isolated and overworked. To shatter the ultimate block, you must realize universal unity. True alchemists understand that they are merely conduits for universal energy. Money flows through you, not from you. The moment you realize your abundance is tied to the well-being of the collective, the floodgates open. The final ritual is the infinite flow meditation. Sit silently and imagine a river of pure, golden light, limitless wealth, flowing into the top of your head, filling every cell of your body, and then flowing out of your hands to bless the world. The constant two-way flow is the secret. Wealth is never a destination. It is a sacred circulation. When the flow is unblocked, the golden serpent rises, and you become the alchemist you were always meant to be.
Chapter 3. The Shadow Exchange, How Emotional Debt Steals Your Future Wealth. The vast majority of people are engaged in a subconscious transaction I call the shadow exchange. This is the disastrous trade-off where you substitute temporary emotional comfort for long-term financial freedom. This is the root cause of the sabotage loop we discussed earlier. Every time you overspend, procrastinate on a money-making task, or make an investment based on fear, you are engaging in this exchange. You are using money not as a tool for creation, but as a drug for emotional healing. This emotional debt is far more corrosive than any balance owed to a bank. Emotional debt is the unresolved wound from childhood that demands constant, immediate soothing. Think back to the scarcity echo you identified, that moment where you felt lacking or unsafe. The shadow exchange is your adult mind trying to buy back that feeling of safety. For example, the chronic shopper isn't buying clothes. They are buying a momentary feeling of worthiness. The person who refuses to raise their prices isn't being humble. They are avoiding the fear of rejection. The compulsive saver, who hoards money while living miserably, isn't being frugal. They are desperately clinging to a sense of control that was absent in their past. In all cases, money is being used to fix an internal problem, and the universe, the ultimate accountant, sees this misuse of energy and responds with stagnation. You cannot heal your trauma with your wallet, and until you stop trying, your wallet will remain empty. The alchemist knows that financial healing is not a result of increased income, it is a prerequisite for increased income. We must now surgically disconnect your emotional needs from your financial decisions. The 3 toxic pillars of the shadow exchange. The compensation compulsion. This is the belief that because you suffered or worked hard, you deserve a temporary reward, often manifesting as an expensive impulse purchase. It's the voice that says, "I had a terrible week. I deserve this new gadget." This is not self-care. It is a self-sabotage ritual. The emotional high is brief, followed immediately by the financial crash of guilt and regret. The true healing frequency here is self-validation. Learn to validate your hard work and pain without a physical, monetary purchase. Acknowledge your struggle and choose a non-monetary reward, rest, reflection, or a genuine conversation. The status trap is the relentless chase for external validation disguised as success. It's buying the car, the house, or the brand to signal to the world, and often specifically to those who dismissed you in the past, that you are finally enough. This trap is the reason people are cash poor and asset rich, locked into payments on things that generate no joy, only anxiety. The currency of the status trap is external approval, and it is the fastest way to bleed your prosperity dry. The shift here is towards internal reference. Your worth is an immutable fact, not a variable determined by your possessions. The avoidance of action is the use of busy work, researching, planning, watching motivational videos, or even excessive budgeting to avoid the actual, difficult work of selling, negotiating, or launching. This busy work feels productive, giving you an emotional sense of control, but it produces 0 financial results. This is often the most sophisticated and hidden form of the shadow exchange. You trade the anxiety of potential failure for the comfort of perpetual preparation. We all know someone who is too smart to be poor. In a moment, I will reveal the one single energetic mistake these intelligent people make that keeps them stuck in perpetual struggle. To break the shadow exchange, you must initiate the mirror accountability ritual. Stand before a mirror and ask your reflection 3 piercing questions, and you must answer out loud with uncompromising honesty. What financial decision am I making right now that is purely designed to soothe an old pain? Be specific. For example, I'm avoiding raising my fee because I'm afraid to be told no, just like when I was a child asking for a raise from my father. What temporary emotion am I trying to buy with my next expenditure? For example, I'm trying to buy the feeling of importance, security, or excitement. What is the non-monetary action I can take right now to address the root of that emotion? For example, I can sit down and feel the fear of rejection for 5 minutes and then choose to ask for the fee anyway. The core of the alchemist's code is this: you must feel the emotional wound before you can heal it. The moment you acknowledge the emotional driver behind your financial behavior, the shadow exchange loses its power. You starve the virus of its fuel. This shift in awareness is the key to creating what I call immutable wealth. wealth that is not subject to market fluctuations because its source is your unshakable, healed inner state. This is the turning point. It is the moment you stop treating your financial wounds with financial band-aids and begin the true energetic reconstruction of your life. The healing is not constable, but it is fast. The choice is always yours. Perpetuate the familiar suffering of the shadow exchange, or choose the temporary discomfort of honesty that leads to unlimited, irreversible prosperity.
The awakening, your forbidden invitation. You've been told that to be rich, you need to work harder, save more, and get lucky. That is the greatest, most devastating lie of the modern era. Stop right now. Look at your life. Are you still running the endless, exhausting race? Do you secretly feel that no matter how hard you push, there's an invisible ceiling holding you back? I'm here to tell you that ceiling is real, but it's not an external barrier. It's an internal wound, an energetic chain forged by your own past. And until you heal it, you will never truly be free, nor truly wealthy. Over the next 100 minutes, we are not going to talk about spreadsheets. We are going to perform radical inner surgery. You will be given the forbidden 7-step code, the ancient alchemy process, to locate the energetic source of your scarcity, sever the ties to your inherited poverty, and download the precise millionaire operating system that will make abundance your absolute default setting. By the time this journey is over, you will not just know how to make money, you will have become a vibrational match for limitless prosperity. This is not for the timid. This is for the soul ready to break the spell. Chapter 4. The Frequency Shift. Downloading the Millionaire Operating System. The journey from scarcity to absolute wealth is not a progression of steps. It is a frequency shift. You cannot earn your way to the level of a millionaire. You must vibrate there. Your bank account is simply a lagging indicator of your dominant energetic frequency. If you are consistently operating on the frequency of fear, lack, or self-doubt, the universe can only deliver experiences that match that vibration. The ancient alchemists understood that all of reality is energy, and therefore money is a neutral messenger that responds only to frequency. The millionaire operating system, the hidden architecture of true wealth, runs on 3 core frequencies: non-negotiable self-worth, radical expectancy, and decisive action. Most people attempt to mimic the results of the wealthy, the actions, the investments, but they fail because they never adopt the frequency. It is the difference between wearing a diamond and being a diamond. A diamond's value is inherent, non-negotiable, and completely independent of external market opinion. This is the goal of the frequency shift. Frequency 1. Non-negotiable self-worth. This is the absolute, unshakable belief that you are worthy of all the prosperity you desire, simply because you exist. This has nothing to do with your achievements, your education, or your current income. This frequency shatters the unworthiness barrier. The most powerful exercise here is the I am affluence activation. This is not simple repetition. It is a declaration of your energetic state. Stand tall, place one hand on your heart and the other on your stomach, and forcefully declare, out loud, to the universe, I am the source of my own abundance. My worth is non-negotiable. I am already rich in the currency of my being. When you say it, you must feel the truth of it in every cell. If you feel resistance, that is the poverty virus attempting a last stand. Do not argue with it. Simply repeat the declaration with more conviction until the resistance dissolves. The world will never pay you more than you pay yourself in self-respect and self-worth. We are taught that being humble is a virtue, but humility is the silent killer of wealth. I will expose the myth of humble hustle and reveal the alchemist's true code of energetic dominance. Frequency 2. Radical expectancy. This is the profound, calm certainty that your desired wealth is not possible, it is inevitable. It is not hope, it is knowing.
This frequency is the antidote to the scarcity echo. When you operate from radical expectancy, you don't worry about how the money will arrive, only that it will. Worry is a prayer for what you do not want. Expectancy is a silent, unshakable instruction to the universe. To cultivate this, you must adopt the pre-paving ritual. Before you look at your emails, before you open your bank app, before you check your calendar, mentally pre-pave the experience. Say, I expect extraordinary, unexpected abundance to flow to me today. I expect to receive a breakthrough idea that instantly changes my financial trajectory. I expect every conversation I have to result in mutually beneficial prosperity. Do not wait for proof. The proof follows the expectation. This is not delusion. It is the fundamental law of energetic creation. You must order the wealth before it can be delivered. Frequency 3. Decisive action. Action is the bridge between frequency and reality. However, most people take anxious action, which is busy work driven by fear. The alchemist takes decisive action, which is rooted in certainty and non-negotiable self-worth. Decisive action is characterized by its speed, its lack of emotional turmoil, and its alignment with your highest vision. If you spend 3 days writing an email because you are anxious about the response, that is anxious action. If you spend 3 hours developing a revolutionary pitch because you know it is valuable, that is decisive action. To master this frequency, you must practice the 1-minute decision drill. When faced with a financial opportunity or challenge, you give yourself exactly 60 seconds to make a decision and commit to it without allowing the fear-based voice of doubt, the sabotage loop, to intervene. The quality of your life is determined by the quality and speed of your decisions. Slow decision-making is simply the poverty virus disguised as careful consideration. True alchemists move with the speed of light because they operate from internal certainty, not external research. Retention hook. The most common money meditation is actually designed to keep you poor. In the next section, I will expose this flaw and give you the only mantra that actually works to attract instant, tangible cash. By intentionally shifting your core frequencies, by being the millionaire operating system, the external world must synchronize. Your current financial reality is an artifact of yesterday's frequency. Your future wealth is being built with today's chosen vibration. The work is not to chase money. The work is to hold the golden frequency of your inherent wealth so strongly that the universe is compelled to deposit the physical manifestation right at your feet. This is the forbidden alchemy in its purest, most potent form.
Chapter 5. The Sacred Economy, the Hidden Law of Energetic Gifting. The world is trapped in a linear, scarcity-based model of finance. You work for money, you save money, and you hoard money. The alchemist operates within the sacred economy, an ancient, hidden law that states, money is not a substance to be acquired, it is a current to be circulated. The moment you stop the flow, the moment you hoard out of fear, you instantly block the source from sending you more. This is the truth behind the saying, the tide goes out so that it may come back in stronger. In the sacred economy, the greatest receiver is the one who is the greatest, most intentional giver. This concept goes far beyond simple charity or tithing. It is about aligning your financial decisions with a universal truth. You can only receive abundance to the extent that you are willing to circulate it freely and without attachment. The fundamental rule of this economy is the principle of intentional circulation. Every dollar you spend, save, or invest is an energetic vote. Most people spend unconsciously, casting votes for fear and lack. The alchemist spends with a conscious, deliberate intention to amplify the energy they are putting out. The 3 pillars of intentional circulation. Conscious investment, the votive spend. When you spend money, do not focus on the loss. Focus on the value and the amplification. When you pay for a service, mentally bless the transaction and the recipient, declaring, "This money is circulating to create value, and it will return to me multiplied." When you pay for a mentorship, truly believe that the knowledge gained will exponentially increase your income. This transforms spending from an act of depletion into an act of votive investment, a silent promise to the universe that you trust the return. Radical generosity, the activation principle. This is the act of giving money away, not from your surplus, but from a feeling of enoughness. If you wait until you are a millionaire to be generous, you are programming your mind to believe that giving is only possible when you are rich. This perpetuates the scarcity mindset. The alchemist is generous now because they operate from the frequency of abundance. This is the activation principle. A gift of even $1, given with the radical certainty of its immediate return, acts as an instantaneous activation code for your next level of wealth. It is the most powerful energetic magnet you possess. The gratitude tax, the receiver's law. The most overlooked aspect of the sacred economy is the state of gratitude. Every time you receive money, from a salary, an investment, or a forgotten refund, you must immediately pause and feel genuine, profound gratitude. The universe sends more to the place where it is genuinely appreciated. If you receive a large sum and your first thought is fear or worry about taxes, you are effectively telling the universe, "Thank you, but I do not trust this," and the tap will turn off. The gratitude tax is the conscious decision to acknowledge and celebrate every inflow, regardless of its size, thereby programming your system for even greater deposits. Retention hook. We all feel guilt about spending money on pleasure. I'm about to reveal why this guilt is one of the most destructive financial energies, and how the alchemist turns pleasure spending into a wealth-generating ritual. The failure to understand the sacred economy is the reason so many driven, hard-working people remain stuck. They view money as a finite resource they must fight for. The alchemist views money as pure, divine energy that they simply direct. This is the true definition of the golden serpent, energy that must flow freely through your system. To initiate your shift into the sacred economy, try the empty hand ritual. Look at your hands. Understand that these hands must be constantly moving, receiving, then gifting, then receiving more. If your hand is clenched shut in fear, it cannot receive the new deposits the universe is trying to send. Practice physically opening your hands and saying, "I release what is gone, and I welcome what is coming. My hands are channels of endless prosperity." This chapter requires a radical break from societal conditioning. Stop thinking like a survivalist. Start thinking like the universe itself, vast, limitless, and eternally in motion. When your finances reflect this perfect circulation, you have achieved immutable wealth.
Chapter 6. The Magnetism of the Vault. Mastering the Subconscious Storage. Your subconscious mind is not a mere diary of your past. It is the vault of creation. It is the absolute engine of your financial reality. Every thought, every fleeting fear, and every deeply held belief about money, value, and scarcity is stored within this internal architecture, creating a dense, collective energy, an emotional and vibrational residue that determines the exact, non-negotiable upper limit of the wealth you can sustainably hold. If your inner vault is currently programmed for a maximum capacity of $10,000, the universe, with its perfect fidelity to your own blueprint, will only allow $10,000 to stay. Regardless of how high your income spikes, any surplus, any unexpected windfall will be automatically and swiftly expelled through the infamous sabotage loop. You will lose it, spend it, or see it vanish into unforeseen expenses. The alchemist understands a profound truth. The external bank account, the balance on your screen, is merely a dim, delayed shadow of the internal, energetic vault. Therefore, your task for permanent, radical wealth is not to keep working harder on the surface, the endless, exhausting grind of budgeting, saving, or chasing fads. Your true mission is to dive deep and master the subconscious storage itself. We are now going to install the protective seals and automatic magnetic attractors of the Millionaire operating system, transforming your mind from a passive receiver into an active, commanding magnet. The law of imprint, forging the wealth signature. Your first, most vital step is to give your internal vault a clear, powerful wealth signature. This is not a vague wish or a hopeful prayer. It is the crystalline, energetic imprint of the exact amount of money, the specific lifestyle, and the emotional frequency you intend to sustain long term. The core failure of manifestation for the masses is that their inner vault is imprinted with the blurry, low-resolution image of just enough, comfortable, or slightly better than last year. This weak signal is ignored by the universe. You must be specific, uncomfortably so, and you must operate from the end result. The signature ritual must be non-visual in the traditional sense. Close your eyes. Do not visualize a stack of bills. That is only the symbol. Instead, focus on the feeling of your ideal wealth. What does the air smell like in your ideal home? The new leather, the subtle scent of cedar, the clean air of certainty. What is the texture of the freedom you desire? The smooth feel of a day where you do exactly what you choose. What is the sound of your confident voice as you conduct million-dollar deals, or the silent, calm certainty that the bills are meaningless paperwork because the flow is endless? You are not visualizing the money, you are feeling the frequency of your achieved future, imprinting this visceral, powerful reality onto your vault as an undeniable truth. This is the act of becoming a millionaire before the money arrives. This internal feeling, this unshakable certainty, is the signature that the universe is compelled to match. If you can hold this high-definition feeling for just 5 minutes a day, the external world will begin to rearrange itself within 24 hours to accommodate your new, dominant signature. Retention hook. We all secretly fear that if we get too rich, we'll change and lose ourselves. But what if that fear is the ultimate poverty program? I'll reveal why the most successful alchemists embrace a radical, intentional self-transformation and how you can do it without losing your soul. The law of cleanliness, activating the clutter filter. The physical and digital clutter in your life is not benign. It is a direct, terrifyingly accurate mirror of your stagnant financial energy. Unused items, broken objects, accumulated paperwork, and digital debris. Thousands of unread emails, unused apps, old subscriptions are all tiny energy drains that constantly broadcast one signal to your inner vault. There is too much, stop the flow. The universe, in its perfection, abhors a vacuum. If your life is already jam-packed and full of things you don't use or need, where will the massive, new flow of wealth go? It has no space, no energetic path to enter. This clutter acts as a massive energetic dam, blocking the golden serpent energy from rising. The Alchemist Cleanse requires you to ruthlessly apply the 1-year rule. If you have not used an item in 1 calendar year, it must be circulated. This means giving it away with the blessing, selling it with gratitude, or disposing of it decisively. This is not about minimalism. It's about creating an energetic vacuum, a magnetic void that the universe is obligated to fill with something greater, more energy, more opportunities, and more financial inflow. Clear your phone, your desktop, your closet, and your garage. The moment you clear a significant amount of clutter, you send an unmistakable, high-speed signal to the universe. I am making space for the big deposits now. This one act alone can often release months of financial stagnation. The dead man's hand, identifying the paralyzing belief. Retention hook. You are holding a dead man's hand, an old belief that belongs to a former, poverty-stricken version of yourself. This belief is quietly paralyzing your ability to attract millions. I'll now show you how to identify this core, secret lie and instantly transmute it into unstoppable financial power. The dead man's hand is the core, hidden belief that, if revealed, explains why you are not currently a millionaire. It is the agreement you made with yourself during a traumatic or painful financial event, usually before the age of 15. Examples of the dead man's hand. If I become rich, I will become a bad person. The moral block. Money is something you must fight and struggle for. The struggle contract. I am not smart enough to manage large amounts of money. The competence deficit. It's safer to stay small. Big success attracts unwanted attention or enemies. The safety mechanism. This belief is not yours. It belongs to the younger, more vulnerable version of yourself who created it as a defense mechanism. It is literally a dead man's hand that the adult you is still holding. The transmutation ritual. Write down your belief, look at it, acknowledge the pain that created it, and then declare, that belief was necessary for survival, but it is obsolete for my destiny. Then, on the same page, rewrite it as its financial opposite. Wealth makes me a more powerful force for good in the world. Or, money flows to me effortlessly as a byproduct of my healed state. The power is in the conscious rejection of the old, defunct contract. This is the true alchemical transformation, transmuting fear into certainty. The law of protection. Installing the anti-sabotage seal. The sabotage loop is not the enemy. It is the protective, ancient mechanism designed to keep you safe and small, operating within your established comfort zone. It is most active and aggressive precisely when your internal vault begins to fill and your success threatens to become permanent. To counteract this, you must install the anti-sabotage seal. This is a conscious, preemptive, non-emotional agreement with your future, more successful self. You must first meticulously write down your sabotage triggers, the exact, predictable situations where you typically lose, spend, or block money. For example, I sabotage myself by over-researching a project until the window of opportunity closes. Or, the moment a client says yes to a big contract, I feel overwhelmed and delay the work. Then write the alchemist's response, a predefined, immediate, and non-emotional counteraction for each trigger. For example, when I feel stressed, I will immediately take the smallest, most decisive action towards my biggest goal. Or, upon receiving any bonus or large unexpected sum, 50% is immediately and automatically moved to a non-touchable growth account before I even process the number. This is your internal firewall. It protects your inner vault from the old destructive programming. You have removed the energy blockages, installed the magnetic signature, and now you have guaranteed the retention of the wealth that is about to flood your life. The wealth you desire is already waiting. It is not hidden from you. It is protected for you, patiently waiting for your energetic upgrade. Stop seeking the outside treasure chest. The true fortune is waiting to be activated within your own vault of creation.
Chapter 7. The Master Key, the Quantum Leap, and the Permanent Wealth Anchor. We have identified the poverty virus, shattered the 7 seals of scarcity, dismantled the shadow exchange, and imprinted the wealth signature onto your internal vault. You are now operating on a fundamentally new, higher financial frequency. But true, immutable wealth, the kind that cannot be lost or taken away, requires one final critical step: the quantum leap and the installation of the permanent wealth anchor. A quantum leap is a sudden, radical shift in your reality, achieved not through linear effort, but through a decisive break from the patterns of your past. It is the moment you stop climbing the ladder and simply appear on the roof. This leap is always initiated by an act that feels illogical, risky, or utterly terrifying to the old, poverty-programmed self. It is the necessary shock to the system that forces the universe to acknowledge your new, higher frequency. The three components of the quantum leap: the irreversible sacrifice, burning the ships. You must consciously remove your financial safety net, not recklessly, but symbolically and decisively, to signal to your subconscious that failure is no longer an option. This is not about emptying your savings. It is about eliminating the mental escape routes. It might be quitting a high-paying, soul-crushing job you hated, investing a significant, scary sum into your greatest dream, or publicly announcing a massive, audacious goal that holds you accountable. The key is to make a move that your former self would deem insane. The comfort zone is where wealth goes to die. When you burn the ships, the alchemist in you awakens because survival is now tied directly to your success. The aligned price, the sovereign value. The quantum leap often involves a radical, unapologetic increase in your price, your fee, or your income goal. You must declare a number that makes your own voice shake. This is a declaration of your sovereign value. If your current price is based on fear, you're giving the world permission to pay you less than you're worth. Your new quantum price must be based on the healed, non-negotiable self-worth you forged in Chapter 4. This is not a negotiation tool, it is an energetic boundary. The universe respects clarity and boldness. When you name an unapologetic, high price, you instantly repel low-vibration clients and attract the high-frequency opportunities that match your new signature. The non-attachment paradox. Once the leap is executed, the money is invested, the price is named, the job is left, you must immediately engage the non-attachment paradox. You have done the work, you have sent the signal, and now your job is to release the desperate need for the outcome. Desire is the engine, but desperation is the brake. The moment you become desperate, you fall back into the frequency of lack, stalling the entire quantum shift. The true alchemist acts with power and then waits with serene confidence. Practice the phrase, "I have commanded it, it is done." Then turn your attention to the next non-financial task, trusting the universal mechanics to deliver. Retention hook. We all think we know the definition of an anchor. I'm about to show you why most people anchor their wealth to something unstable, and how the alchemist uses a secret, hidden form of energy to make their fortune truly permanent. The permanent wealth anchor. Once the quantum leap is complete, you must install the permanent wealth anchor. This is the single, non-monetary asset to which you energetically bind your financial reality, ensuring that your wealth remains immutable regardless of external crises. Most people anchor their wealth to unstable things: a job, a stock portfolio, a market trend, or even another person. The alchemist anchors their wealth to their healed self, to the very energy of the golden serpent you activated. The permanent wealth anchor is the ritual or practice that instantly reconnects you to your highest frequency. It could be a simple 60-second meditation, a specific daily walk in nature, or the act of writing in a gratitude journal. But it must be a ritual that directly feeds your non-negotiable self-worth. The anchor installation ritual. Identify the source. Choose one small, non-monetary ritual that makes you feel powerful, grounded, and infinitely abundant, like watching the sunrise, a 5-minute stretch, or reading a single powerful affirmation. The binding. For 7 consecutive days, perform this ritual and immediately mentally bind it to your financial reality. Say, my wealth is now anchored to the certainty of this moment. As long as I maintain this connection to my true self, my wealth is immutable and grows effortlessly. The test. Whenever a financial challenge arises, a bill, a market dip, or a moment of fear, do not panic. Immediately stop, perform your anchor ritual, and feel the shift. You will realize the external challenge has no power over your internal financial state. The money will follow the energy. Your wealth is no longer dependent on the chaos of the outside world. It is anchored to the unshakable certainty of the alchemist within you. You have not just learned how to make money, you have mastered the forbidden technology of becoming a perpetual generator of prosperity. The only remaining question is, what magnificent thing will you create now that your financial liberation is complete?
Epilogue. The Grand Alchemist's Charge. You have crossed the threshold. The forbidden codes have been revealed, the energetic wounds identified and healed, and the foundation of your immutable wealth has been forged. This is the moment where the journey ends and your true life begins. Understand this, the profound knowledge you have just absorbed is inert, a mere collection of sophisticated ideas, until it is transmuted by the heat of radical, immediate action. The greatest secret of the true alchemist is that transformation is not something you wait for, it is something you demand right now. If you close this book, return to your old habits, and allow the weight of the old identity to settle back upon your shoulders, you will lose everything you have gained. The poverty virus is insidious. It waits for your moment of complacency to strike and drag you back into the shadow exchange. Do not give it that power. The choice is stark. Will you remain a student of wealth, or will you become a master of creation? The quantum leap you performed in the last chapter was merely the commencement. Now you must integrate the permanent wealth anchor into your daily consciousness. When you rise tomorrow, the first act of your day must be an act of non-negotiable self-worth. When you face a financial decision, you will choose decisive action, not anxious deliberation. When you receive money, you will engage in intentional circulation, not fear-based hoarding. The universe does not reward potential, it rewards commitment. Your wealth is not a matter of luck, it is a matter of frequency and discipline. To finalize this powerful energetic transmission, I ask for a final act of reciprocity. If this knowledge has shifted your perspective, if the possibility of this forbidden alchemy has awakened the dormant millionaire within you, then you must seal the deal. Subscribe to this channel now. Share this ultimate guide with one other soul you believe is ready for this radical truth. And most importantly, like this video as a silent, powerful affirmation to the universe. I have received this abundance, and I command its multiplication. Do not postpone your prosperity. The life of extraordinary freedom, impact, and limitless creation is not a distant dream. It is a decision made and executed right now. The world does not need another struggling soul. It needs the powerful, wealthy, and sovereign you. Go and claim your destiny. The age of financial struggle is over. Action Plan 1. The Internal Alchemy Blueprint. Mind and Energy. This is not a theoretical summary. This is the alchemist's immediate action blueprint, designed to integrate the energetic healing and mindset shifts from chapters 1 through 4 into a practical, daily schedule. Your goal is to move from theory to vibrational mastery within the next 21 days. Phase 1. Cleansing the Vault. Days 1 through 7. This phase focuses on eliminating the poverty virus and shattering the 7 seals of scarcity. You must stop managing the results and start healing the source.
The severance morning ritual, 5 minutes. Upon waking, before looking at your phone, perform the ceremony of severance. Visualize the heavy, rusting chain connecting you to the ancestral debt and poverty of your family line, and decisively cut it with a blade of pure emerald light. Forcefully declare, their poverty is not my destiny. My wealth is my own creation. This detoxifies your mind of inherited financial karma. Shadow audit, nightly, 10 minutes. Before bed, review your day for any instance of the shadow exchange. Identify one specific financial decision, spending, avoiding a tough email, procrastinating on a sales call, and identify the underlying emotional wound it was designed to soothe, like trying to buy control, worthiness, or safety. Write down the non-monetary action you could have taken instead. This is where you dismantle the inner trauma. The blessing of the billionaire, daily commute. Every time you see a display of wealth, a luxury vehicle, an expensive brand, a beautiful home, perform the blessing of the billionaire. Do not judge or envy. Instead, say, I bless this abundance and declare that this is normal and available to me. This shatters the wound of unfairness and reprograms your mind for radical acceptance. Clutter filter initiation, weekly task. Choose one area of digital or physical clutter, one drawer, one email inbox, or one phone screen, and ruthlessly apply the 1-year rule. Clear it entirely. This is your immediate signal to the universe to create the magnetic void required for massive inflow. The alchemist vault is never full of debris. Phase 2, frequency calibration, days 8 through 14. This phase integrates the new millionaire operating system by consistently applying the highest frequencies. I am affluence activation, twice daily, 2 minutes. Stand tall, put a hand on your heart, and forcefully declare the I am affluence activation. Focus on feeling the certainty of your wealth, not just saying the words. Declare, my worth is non-negotiable. I am the source of my infinite abundance. I command wealth to flow to me now. If it feels like a lie, say it louder with more force until the feeling shifts. The pre-paving ritual, start of day, 3 minutes. Before engaging with any work or financial tasks, mentally pre-pave your day. Do not predict doom or difficulty. Instead, state your expectation. I expect to receive an unexpected, massive financial breakthrough today. I expect to connect with powerful, high-frequency opportunities. I expect effortless success. This sets your dominant frequency before reality has a chance to set it for you. The mirror negotiation, daily, 3 minutes. Practice the voice of value. Stand in front of a mirror and practice saying the highest, most ambitious price you can imagine asking for your work or service. Practice it until the number feels comfortable or even boring. The moment you can state your highest value without flinching, your internal sovereign value has been set. Financial forgiveness, single act. Write down the name of the person or institution involved in your single most painful financial loss or mistake. State out loud, I release the debt. I forgive them. I forgive myself. My future is open and completely unburdened by this past event. Burn or tear the paper as a symbolic act of total financial forgiveness. The energy tied up in resentment is now free to become money.
Action Plan 2, the External Alchemy Blueprint, Action and Flow. This final blueprint is the implementation guide for decisive action, the sacred economy, and the establishment of your permanent wealth anchor. Your goal in this phase is to turn your internal frequency into tangible external reality. This is the difference between wishing for money and generating it. Phase 3, the Flow Accelerator, days 15 to 21. This phase focuses on aggressive circulation, decisive execution, and the final quantum leap.
the 1-minute decision drill daily practice. Eliminate the paralysis of overthinking. For any minor or major financial opportunity or challenge, example, sending a pitch, choosing a resource, or committing to an investment, give yourself exactly 60 seconds to make the decision. Do not allow the sabotage loop, the voice of doubt, to intervene. Commitment is the fastest way to wealth. If the decision proves imperfect, you can correct it, but the act of decisive action reprograms your mind to move with the speed of an alchemist. The intentional circulation ritual, every expenditure. Practice the votive spend. Whenever you spend money on coffee, a bill, or a major purchase, pause for 3 seconds. Do not feel fear or loss. Instead, mentally bless the transaction and declare, "This money is circulating to create massive value, and it will return to me multiplied and magnified." This transforms depletion into a powerful investment in the sacred economy, ensuring the constant, increasing flow of the golden serpent energy. Radical generosity activation, weekly act. Choose a weekly, intentional act of radical generosity. This must be money you feel slightly uncomfortable giving away, but do so with absolute certainty of its exponential return. Give it without attachment and with the powerful declaration, "I give from my abundance, and I know the source is infinite." This activates the principle of intentional circulation, acting as the most potent magnet for your next big financial breakthrough. The quantum leap preparation, single focus. Identify the irreversible sacrifice required for your next quantum leap. Example, the high price you will charge, the business you will launch, the unproductive partnership you will sever. Spend 10 focused minutes daily visualizing the emotional freedom this leap will generate, not the fear it involves. The alchemist focuses on the destination, not the difficulty of the journey. Phase 4. Anchoring the future beyond day 21. This is the final phase of integration, transforming the learned rituals into your permanent state of being, guaranteeing immutable wealth. The permanent wealth anchor, morning and evening. Re-engage with the one non-monetary ritual that you bound your wealth to in Chapter 7, your selected 60-second meditation, the gratitude entry, or the focused stretch. Perform it twice daily. This is not optional. This is the direct, secure line to your healed self, the only source of truly permanent wealth. By maintaining this connection, you ensure the external financial challenge can never break your internal financial certainty. The alchemist's investment strategy continuous. Change your perspective on investment. Every investment, time, energy, or money must pass a single test. Does this amplify my frequency or match my new wealth signature? Stop investing in opportunities driven by fear, example, chasing market panic, and only invest in areas that align with your deepest purpose and highest sovereign value. Invest in energy, not just assets. The non-attachment paradox integration, moment to moment. After every powerful action or investment, consciously release the desperate need for the outcome. Say the final alchemist's mantra, "I have commanded it. It is done." The universal mechanic is now in motion. This releases the energetic chokehold of desperation, allowing the money to flow freely and swiftly to you. The money is yours. The universe is already delivering it. Your only job is to relax into the certainty. You have been given the complete map, the tools, and the final codes. You are no longer waiting for prosperity. You are a conscious generator of abundance. Go forth and execute this blueprint with the unshakable certainty of the alchemist you have become. The world awaits the manifestation of your transformed self.